Level 36. 279 raids. 34% survival rate. 521 kills at a 3.2 KD. That's account lifetime. That's all that stuff. Neutralizer. 605 kilometers traveled. 1500 USD. Blah, blah, blah. 39 unlock safes. Bunch of keys for what I normally get on a wipe. Damage, if it ever registers. And longest shot distance 297 meters. So I'm pretty satisfied with 297 meters on longest shot. That's pretty substantial in this game. I feel like it's pretty adequate, more than adequate even. Did not do good on player kills. I didn't even reach 100 yet this wipe, and in 279 raids, I'm pretty sure I reached 100 the last wipe. So this is my current player. Just a little while ago on stream, I even deleted the gamma, put it in Fence. I wonder if Fence still has it. Let's see. Fence should not still have this thing. No, it's sold. Somebody got it. I sold my gamma into Fence. Made somebody very happy. So, okay. So that's all done. So now we're going to flip to this. Okay. Blow this up a little bit. We're going to come over the rules here. So, yeah, a little bit. First things first, this is my hardcore rules. I'm not saying nobody else has them. In fact, I've compounded all of the rules from all the different hardcore players that I've seen play this and their different rules. And this is kind of my take on the whole situation. I think it could be fun. I only have enough money to be able to afford the one EOD that I did. I bought it whenever I had more money. Regardless, I can't make a second account that's a standard account, so I can't start off and do the stash progression like a lot of them will be doing. Apologies for that. I just can't afford to do it. I'm wiping my EOD account. The only advantage that I would have is the stash size. Now, actually, for hardcore, that's a pretty substantial advantage. I could store a lot more scav junk. I could possibly, if I really wanted to, and I may do this, I may decide to do this, if I feel like I'm really kind of getting very lackadaisical with my stash, I'm going to count out how many a standard stash is, and then I'm going to set a border of, I'm probably just going to buy like bandages, and then I'm going to set a border all the way across to know this line of bandages is to never be crossed. This is my stash. And it's going to be kind of hard to keep track of that, considering I won't be able to upgrade it, so being able to keep track, deleting, that's going to be difficult. So I'm probably just going to let it go ahead and go. I'm just going to let it slide. So I do not have a second account, nor can I afford one. Yes, my EOD makes this specific task a little bit easier. Sorry. However, I cannot change my stash size. I will, in fact, limit my gamma to only 4 spaces. With that being said, I will also be consistently looking on Fence anytime I come out of a raid for an alpha container. Sometimes you can find them pop up. And if that's the case, I will be keeping some of my original rubles in a container off to the side somewhere. So that way, whenever that comes up, I don't know how much they normally go for, I can go ahead and purchase that. That is the only thing my original money will be used for. Which actually, I'm going to add that right now. Only thing my starter money will be used for is to buy an alpha container. Okay. Will not absolutely use it for anything else. And if I feel like I'm having a hard time of finding one, then I'm just going to delete that. Okay, gamma can only be used for keys, dock case, sit case, or key tool. I don't know if people normally let the cases slide. I think I've seen hardcore accounts where the dock cases can go. I may modify that in time. We'll see. If I feel like it's still a little too easy, I may remove that ability from myself. Now this, I'm calling the Shroud Rule. All of this kind of spun on whenever I was watching one of his YouTube videos, and he decided if there's a bottle of juice on the box, and I don't have any more space, but I still have space in, like, not in my gamma, but in my 4-slot alpha, I can pick up that juice. It's 2 slots, drink it, because we should be able to, in the future, grab this bottle and drink it from the counter. using it for that. Loading mags, I may or may not do that. He used it for loading mags. I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try and go out and loot a vest. But you know, that's just my take on it. I loved that effect, and that effect is actually one of the things of, yeah, I can see that if there's something there, and I could use it as my hands. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna give him a big nod on that. I mean, mostly because he's, you know, proud. Money can only be used for repairing, hideout. All items must be found in raid or bartered for. Meaning the normal things, repairing and hideout. All items must be found, raid, or bartered. Pretty self-explanatory there. You can barter through the traders and stuff like that. Now this is where I have not seen this. I'm sorry if I'm excluding someone. I have not personally seen this. Credit to you if you came up with it first. I seen it and it got indoctrinated and I didn't give you credit. I apologize. But to level up traders and to ease the cost of hideout, which I'm already way ahead on that anyway, but it still can get a little crazy. Once I barter for an item, this is the only time and trader that I can sell that specific item to. So say, since I have this still open, I come here and I got to level up paper, right? If I were to buy this grenade, because I had one of these ES lamps, I buy this grenade, I sell this grenade. I mean, like, I barter for the grenade, I sell it back to him, that money gets deleted. It's only to factor in this number. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. Once I do that, I don't even leave this screen. Whatever the money is, I'm going to leave this one block right here unpopulated at all times. So that way, whatever money I get, I'm going to barter, sell, delete. Barter, sell, delete. It's going to be that easy. That's exactly how I'm going to do it. It's the only way I can do it without just flat out selling stuff to traders. I'm not going to try and do that way. I kind of came up with that idea. Like I said, again, if somebody else already did it, I apologize. But no rebuying and selling. Period. We can tend to fudge the number, so to speak, by buying a helmet, selling it, buying a helmet, selling it, buying it. I'm not doing that. That's not a thing. I'm not saying you're wrong in doing it in the current state of the game. For this, not doing it. A limit of the 2 Jaeger stashes per run cannot go in with the intent to full farm them. So I was just as guilty as anybody else whenever these things launched. I would go in with a pistol in the biggest bag that I had in my stash, and I'd go loot up. Fuel cons for the win. Not allowed to do that. If I so happen to be pathing by one, sure, I will not be running directly towards them. I will be running towards loot spots. I will not be running towards stash spots. So, and I'm only limited 2 per run. I cannot, absolutely cannot, and will have to be called out if I've hit more than 2. I am to drop all items. Hold on, let's actually add that. If the limit is exceeded, all items in bags, I say containers, rig, must be dropped, excluding what was brought in. Okay, so we're going to say all looted items instead of wording it that way. I get one warning. One, period. I do it the first time, that's a warning. I ever do it again from then on, that's it. I'm going to be strict with it. Scav can only be used as a time sink for out of raid healing. If I really and truly don't want to continue going in as a beat up old redheaded stepchild like I'm going to be in this run, then I can do the Scav run. It's purely for fun. It's purely for content. I'm going to be chasing shots. I'm going to be super aggressive. My friends won't want to play with me on these because I'm going to be dumb. I'm going to go for trolls. I might try to team up with some PMCs to have some fun, but ultimately, I'm going to try and just destroy their worlds. I'm even going to leave their bodies untouched. Not even going to loot them. Unless they got a gun I really want to use, but just the gun and mags. I can extract, so that way I can have that completion feeling, right? We can see the roundup nicely. No items are to be exposed. No items are to be on exit. So must delete all items that were on the scav on exit. I mean, I think I can just hit next and skip it, but that's the same as deleting it. I might discard it just so that way it's not lost in the server somewhere. Anything crafted in the hideout is fair game to use and barter. I can sell to a trader of my choice, but any money left over must be deleted. Again, I'm going to utilize the hideout to help level up the traders. I will not be using barter items that I sell to the traders to level up them to stash for the hideout. Well, no, because I think I said that I would. No, it's only to, yeah, it's to be immediately deleted. So the only thing that I can do is sell. So if I use it in the thing, then I can use that to upgrade the hideout. If I use the hideout to make it, I can use that money to upgrade the hideout. And it also levels up the trader. So doing the hideout will encourage and help the hideout flourish. That was my train of thought. I had lost it for a second there. No insurance, which is the very common denominator I've seen. And friends cannot save loadouts. I say that because I have loadouts. Hi, Chill Dreams. Welcome. I'm going over my hardcore rule set. No insurance and friends cannot save my loadout. Meaning they can't exit the loadout, exit the game, give me back my loadout for the next raid. Cannot happen. It will not be insured. I will not take it back. Whether they try to drop it to me or not, it's going to stay on the ground. I lost that gear. That's not my gear. That's their gear. Labs can only be done if a key card is obtained in raid, and immediately upon exiting the raid, I have to go there without healing, drinking, eating, or modifying my loadout. And if any of this is done, the key card is to be deleted. It cannot be resold to therapist even for leveling. Period. I can play with friends, and they are not modified in any way to adhere to my guidelines. I'm not affecting my gameplay of my friends, other than the fact of they get to keep my crap. That's about all it boils down to. You can do ! Hardcore in the chat whenever you come by and check it out, and it'll give you a link directly to this hardcore rule set. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the wipe. Actually wipe it. And we're going to get started. So I got this already open. We're going to do reset the game profile. Reset the game profile. Game profile was reset. I can do it again on March 4th, 2020. I know, Sketch. You always keep my gear. It's okay. I've never been mad. This gear. I can get it back. Again, if you want to see them, ! Hardcore in the chat, and it gives you a direct link to the guide that I was just showing.